Hello again for another installment of Whiskey Review. I'm your host, Spirit Singh, and today we're going to be reviewing Smokey Joe. Funny name. So I did run out of malts to review here while I'm here. I have a ton at home. Back home, and so I'll do more reviews there. I'll probably have less time than I can do reviews, but in any case, I went to the liquor store here, and they had Smokey Joe written, and I thought, who drinks a bottle of scotch called Smokey Joe? And then I saw it was the last bottle, so the marketers got to me. I think it looked like they could probably fit like a line of 6, one behind each other. This is the very last bottle of Smokey Joe. So I picked it up. I thought it must be good. People are picking it up, and I'll try it. You know, I love anything out of Islay. And it wasn't expensive either. It's like your quarter cask is $50. This was like $31, $32. So it's cheap. I'm sure there's probably a little munchkin, little elf that goes into the back and grabs one more bottle and puts it right where I picked up this bottle from. So yeah, that little elf got me. So it's a product of Scotland, Smokey Joe Islay Malt Scotch Whiskey. Complexity. A little bit of Islay, Slow Island, obviously. They make some of the most weighty, pungent, and heavily peated malt whiskeys. Yes, they dry their barley in it. They distill with this peat, little peat briquettes. We talked about it in I think the second review, which was we talked about it in the Ardbeg one. We talked about it in the Triple Wood Lafroig. So weedy, peaty. In any case. So this one, look at it, it's a little bit light. It's like a light gold color. Kind of looks like Glenmorangie. I'm sure Ardbeg looks that color too. The bottle's just dark because it's smoky, I'm assuming. And it's non-chill filter. So one of the things is this is not, Smokey Joe's does not make their whiskey. So this is a single malt blend. I'm sure some guy was sitting there, mixed up a few single malts. I'm guessing since this was $30, they used nothing premium. And thought, man, I'm a master distiller. I can come up with my own blend of single malts. So I've had some of these before. I had, was it Big Pete or Smokey? Smokehead. I had one, it was, can't recall, skinny, tall bottle. Peat Monster? Yeah, that was really good. I recall that was really, really, really good. That was like $50 though. So you expect they put some good stuff. So let's review this and see how it comes out. Here's what the bottle, nothing exciting on the bottle, is 46% alcohol. Seranti Imports. Alright, well, this is what it looks like. Actually, let's do the back. That's what it looks like. On the nose, it's like an Ardbeg. So we reviewed Lafroig. We reviewed, which was the Triple Wood Lafroig. We reviewed Ardbeg. I haven't gotten to any of the other ones I have back home, like the Lagavulin, which is also one of my favorite. Galila, that's a really good one. Banahubin, can't pronounce most of these names. Decent one. So I got a bunch of them back home, but this is, of all the ones that come to my mind, this is very flowery, very fruity, smells, tons of stuff going on. Unlike the one we had yesterday where it was kind of flat, the Elijah Craig, the bourbon. This is very, very, very fruity. Very Ardbeg. Let's take a sip and see how it tastes. Burn. Cinnamon. Okay. So I had a gut feeling, sweet. Maybe it was something in my mouth. Gotta clean the palate. I'm gonna have to take another sip. This is my initial response is very fruity, just like on the nose. The peat's there, the smoke's there. It feels like an early stage Ardbeg. It feels like a 5-year Ardbeg mixed with, like, I remember one time I tried a whiskey called McGregor's Islay. There was another one I can't remember. It was very, very cost effective, cheap. It was really cheap, and so I picked it up. I was like, oh well, you know, if I'm gonna drink something on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, this is good. You know, you can drink a lot of it. Doesn't feel bad. I think it was like $30, $25, $30. I want to say it was $30. I think McGregor's. It was McGregor's. I had another one. I can't remember the name, but it feels like they took this master distiller, said, Ardbeg is good. It's a terrible Scottish accent. I'm Scottish. I don't know what they did. I'm not going to do a Scottish accent. So it looks like what he did was took a ton of McGregor or a similar Islay malt and said, I can dilute a really good whiskey with some of this McGregor. And so what they did was they took Ardbeg, I'm assuming, very much flowery is there. So apart from anything else, so I'm going to go ahead and say Ardbeg, mixed it with McGregor, again, Islay, very cheap. There's a couple other ones I don't know. I'll have to drink more, but it's definitely on your fruitier, your cinnamony-ish, but your citrusy, like we talked about in the Ardbeg, very citrusy. The orange, your vitamin C's, those are definitely there. Now another note, I mentioned it in all my videos. I pour a little bit, I leave it in the freezer. Yes, fanatics, people that are into Scotch and tasting may disagree. It's my blog, I can do whatever I want, my channel. I leave it in the freezer for 5, 10, I didn't get much time today, but 5, 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. 20 minutes is a good number. Leave it in the freezer, it gets a little cloudy, don't worry about it, that's what it is because it's non-chilled filtered. It's not chill filtered. So it gets cloudy when it gets cold. You leave it in the freezer and it gets syrupy. It takes nothing away from, to me, it takes nothing away from the smell. The smell is definitely there. It's very, very fruity. Take another sip and see how it comes down again. Again, the burn's there, so that tells me it's not matured properly. I want to say it's a young whiskey, a young Islay malt that I want to say maybe 2 I can identify, maybe a third one, which I'm going to see if I can identify. Maybe 3 to 4 were mixed, definitely. Yeah, no, garbage. So on the rating, this is if you cannot tell the difference. I've read some comments. Some people tried Lafroig and said, "Oh, it tastes like tar," and they can't tell the difference between an Ardbeg, a Lafroig, a Lagavulin, and Caol Ila. They have character. They all taste different. You can't tell the difference between the Islay malts, and you just like that tastes like smoke. That tastes like burnt tar or rubber. This you may not be able to tell the difference because the smoke's definitely there, but it's garbage. Kind of harsh. So on the rating, I'm gonna give it. I want to give it a 78. I think they took some cheap whiskeys, created something new at it, and sold for, again, a cheaper price. Do I feel bad? Nah, 32 bucks. Would I buy this again? Never. Would I serve it to people? Maybe. I can't tell a difference. Yeah, 78. For what it's trying to be and what it ended up being. In any case, another public service announcement. Some people reviewed it last time. A public service announcement. Thought it was funny. Not this week, but I was driving. I was driving over the weekend, and if you do this, you may understand what I'm talking about. You got to make a left turn in about 5 miles, and you're not a fast driver per se. In fact, you're a slow driver. If you're a slow driver and you drive in the left lane, only not because you're mean, you want to drive in the right lane, but you got to take a left turn. Don't sit in the left lane for 5 miles going slow because you got to take a left turn. Learn how to drive, stay in the right lane where you're supposed to be slow. We're in America, we drive on the right hand side, slower traffic, keep right. Those of y'all in Europe, left side. Alright, drive on the left side, slower traffic, stay on your left side. So here in the US, slower traffic, stay on your right side. If you gotta take a left turn, do it like a mile. I think a mile is a very long distance, right? A mile. And you're going 30, 35, 40 miles an hour anyways. I'm talking about normal roads. Obviously nobody takes a left turn on the freeway. This is Texas, there are left exits on the freeway. I take that back. In any case, you're going on a road, stay in the right lane. If you get a left turn 5 miles later, please do us all a favor, stay in the right lane. A mile before, you can give your signal and slow into your left lane to make that left turn eventually. Okay, that concludes this review. Smokey Joe, nothing exciting, 78. Goodbye.